Welcome to the Angel Empowerment Healing Show with your hosts, Cindy Smith and Sam Bell. Join them every week as they share powerful tools, advice, and angel messages that will empower you to own your wellness. Welcome, everyone, to the Angel Empowerment Healing Show with myself, Cindy Smith, and Sam Bell. And we're really excited for this show, aren't we, Sam?
We are. We're being joined today by two of our founding members, Tracy and Jacquie Griffiths and Tracy Morris. And they're going to be talking about something I love to talk about. That's crystals shining.
Me too. And I love crystals for healing. So, Jacquie, start sharing your passion and love for the crystals.
So I'm Jacquie Griffiths, as you said, and what do? I'm an angel empowerment healer and a certified crystal master. So I work with crystals all the time with my clients. And actually the two modalities work really, really well together. If you start with the crystal clearing for the health issues and then move into the language, it's really, really powerful. I've been a crystal collector for many, many times. And the one thing I think that you'll all agree on is that intuition plays the most part in choosing any crystals. I go and research books and I look through the books, but I still use my intuition on what would be best for the client or what would be best for me personally. When I'm choosing a crystal, if I talk about my own personal experience, if I go to a store, I'll look around more than once and get the feeling, get the energy and that comes from each of the crystals. You'll find that you're drawn back to a certain one, and whether you're looking at, well, that crystal means X, Y, and Z. If that crystal's calling for you, follow your intuition, because that's most important. The ones that you're drawn to have the message for you. Don't have a fixed idea when you go in, or you stop having a fixed idea when you go in. I'm looking for a green stone because I know it's healing, but maybe a blue stone or a purple stone will be the one that attracts you. And then you work with that crystal to see what message it actually has, because the crystal will be calling you. I'll give you an example of, I was working in another province out of Saskatchewan for a while, and I went to a crystal show, and I walked around and I just did that. I went by my intuition and I came out with a little brown bag. I won't tell you how much it cost, but a little brown bag. And when I got back to the place I was staying, I had 3 pieces of Vivianite. I'd never even heard of Vivianite, but that was the stone that I needed at that time for the transition that I was going through. So it was really important too. And you may pick up a clear quartz and think, well, it just looks like a regular clear quartz. But when you look at it really carefully, you may have a record keeper there. And that's telling you that there's a message in that crystal around cellular memory, or fluorite inclusions, healing and optimism. I've also found my personal experience again, that the stones that are attracted to you, some are short term. Like I know through periods of my life of transition, Conzite, Chariot, and Sugarlight have been key players in my energy and in moving me forward in the short term. But there's also stones in the long term that you'll kind of be a bit of a collector. I'm really attracted to lapis and amethyst, rose quartz and fluorite. And of course, regular quartz comes with you all the time. So once I've got my crystal.
Sorry, Jacquie. I know you're going to you're talking about the crystals that you love. Can we just step back just a little bit? So you referred to the fact that certain types of colors can also
assist with healing, and you mentioned green. What is your favorite healing stone?
Well, for the Creonite would be the favorite for the heart and the healing. I would use that a lot. But I also use a lot of citrine, different stones depending on what the client needs for that crystal healing session.
So
I tie it to the chakras to start, right?
Okay.
And then I work from there.
And so if you're working long distance with clients and you're working with the stones before you even go start the session to ask, or once you've connected with them? I'm just curious. I hear how people's process is.
Yeah. I work with the client ahead of time. We do a little intro and find out what the issues are. Again, it's intuition. Like there's the standard stones that you would use on each chakra for the healing, but your intuition will tell you, the angels and guides will tell you as you're working with the client, yes, you've got citrine here, but we need to surround the citrine with some clear quartz points so that you're making that energy quadruple by using those points. And there are quite a few body layouts that I would use. So if somebody was dealing with stress, then there's particular body layouts of the crystals that you would use for that. But again, you follow your intuition. I have all of my crystals around me, and as I'm guided, I will use the ones that I'm being guided to use.
I think that's a great topic for a future show around the layout of the crystals. So hold that thought, Jackie, because I think that's a great topic moving forward.
And it works beautifully virtually. I have a body layout. I lay the crystals, and I've had some really positive feedback. But especially when you add in the angel empowerment healing language as well.
Perfect.
What I love, Jackie, is that you're talking about intuition. And I'm just wondering, Tracy, do you use your intuition when you're selecting crystals?
Hi. Yeah, my name's Tracy Morris, and I am a master colorist, hairstylist, a medium, angel empowerment healer, and practitioner. And yes, what I usually do, Sam, is I will also sit with the client for maybe 15 minutes prior and just kind of feel it out, find out what's going on with them, and just use my intuition again, just like Jackie does.
So some of our listeners may be wondering, what are they talking about? Intuition. I mean, could my intuition be that I'm attracted to a pink stone, or I like the shape of it, or I see a lot of people, they put their hands over crystals, and I don't know what they're actually feeling. Well, I know what I'm feeling for, but what might a client be looking for when they're trying to find that crystal for them at that time?
Well, Sam, when I go into a crystal store myself, if I am looking for something, it totally depends. I'm drawn to whatever I'm needing at that moment in time, or whether it's to engage my third eye. So I do more of that type of mediumship work, or if for instance, I asked to go to a crystal store when we were in Nashville and seen a 4-foot rose quartz that I wanted to hug. The vibrational match that I had with this rose quartz was phenomenal. And of course, right on the rose quartz, it says, do not touch. And meanwhile, here's me trying to want to hug it, because the vibrational frequency, the vibration, the color, everything about it was just drawn. Like I was drawn to it. When I first started, the first stone I was actually attracted to was a lapis lazuli. And I was told way back when that it was all about opening your throat chakra. And I was just learning all this kind of stuff. And it actually helped with my throat chakra because that's the intent that I wanted it to have. And it opened my throat chakra to the point where my children were asking me to take the amulet off. So
But
the energy that a crystal can give off, it can be so many different things. It can range from color. It could be it depends on what's going on in that human skin suit that you're in.
But like you were saying, Jacquie, it's really just trusting that the right crystal is going to call to you and they're going to want to work with you. Do I get that right?
Yeah. And if you hold the crystal in your receiving hand, like ground yourself, hold the crystal in your receiving hand, take a few deep breaths and feel the energy. You can feel the energy. You might feel heat, but you can feel the different energy of that stone and you'll get some messages. You can also visualize going into the stone, visualizing that that's me in the middle of that stone, and what message does it have? What properties in that stone are the ones that I need to be working with right now? So there's lots of ways, but again, your intuition really is important. If you've got that gut feeling that this is the stone for me, and then you go home and you look up in the book and it's, wow, this is exactly what I need, exactly what I'm going through.
Oh, there's definitely books out there, right? There's lots of books out there, and I'm going to plug Cindy Smith here because she's kind of my business partner and she's here on the podcast. But she has, in case listeners didn't know, she has 2 card decks, and every card has a specific crystal and a description of the crystal, and also an affirmation that the crystal, how that crystal is going to work with you. So if you haven't checked out Cindy's decks, I'm going to plug shamelessly here. Check them out.
Yes. Well, we all know part of why we're even having this show tonight around crystals is because I have a big belief in the vibration of crystals and the archangels working together. And with the Angel Empowerment Healing Program, we know how we use the 2 vibrations to enhance the healing with Archangel Raphael. And, and talk about plugging product, I want to talk about Tracy's crystal trees, because Tracy, I can't, do you see how I just went speechless? Her trees.
Like this early, don't you? Open your church.
And you're guided. So explain that, Tracy, on your end, because you basically channel what crystals to use on these beautiful trees you create. Am I correct?
Yes, you are totally correct, Cindy. I get into my creative state, and how my spiel goes is I'll call in whichever archangel wants to appear, and I also work with spirit. So Archangel Spirit, I'll have them both come in. We go in, we'll pick up stones, see how they feel, put them together, see if they coincide together. I don't even look up what they're for even prior. Then what I do is I pick the copper wire that I want to use, and then I just start creating things. And when I'm doing this, I will write things down that I will have channeled through as I'm doing with the crystals. Sometimes it's personal messages for a person. Say, for instance, if I was to do a custom piece, I would have a little write up there what was channeled while I was making it. Then what I do is I'll clear all my energy away from it and then instill Archangel Michael's energy. And then what I'd like to start doing is putting a selenite in with each tree. That way the selenite clears the trees while it's sitting there, and they never have to worry about having to clear the crystals of any negative energy.
Here, because what I love is with both Jacquie and Tracy, they're founding members with us in the Angel Empowerment Healing Program. And they both love to work with crystals in different ways. And it's unique because, Jackie talks about using the different grids and the body grids. And how did you say it, Jackie? Did you say body grids? Or how did you say it?
The body layout. Yeah.
Body layout. Sorry, I knew I said that wrong when I said it. So you have your unique way with the body layouts, and Tracy has her way to offer healing in a different way with the crystals, with the trees. I've created angel oracle crystal decks. Sam, you're just the master healer of all and teacher, instructor, nurse. We've got quite the combination of all four of us here on the show tonight. So years of experience. I know we've still got a few minutes, but Tracy, if somebody wanted to buy your trees, where are they going to find them?
Well, the best place, I guess, would be to actually find me on Instagram, and it's under Tracy Morris AEP. You could also give me a text at 403-660-6836. I'm getting more into doing a lot more custom work now. So, or they can send me an email at runningonangelenergy@gmail.com.
And all of us can be found on the Angel Empowerment Healing website. And Jackie, be specific on how they are going to find you on our website.
Well, the best way right now is because I'm in the process of doing all of the different IT things, would just be to get in touch with me through email, which is bluebellsandcoral@gmail.com. And then they can find me on your website under the founders, and there's a place in there for people to contact me too.
Yes, founding members, that's definitely Sam, right? You're the one, angelempowermenthealing.com founders, and you'll find all of us on there. So my Archangel Raphael, and we'll get everybody to, I've got Archangel Raphael reminding me one of the questions that I get asked the most. And so I would love, Jackie and Tracy, if you could just quickly answer this question, both from your perspective as we're closing off our show. But I get asked this question: why do I feel overwhelmed or nauseous, or I can't handle crystal stores when I walk in? Jackie, you respond, and then Tracy, you respond. How do you respond to people that get overwhelmed in crystal stores?
Well, I obviously they're very open and very intuitive, but I would ask them to shield themselves with the rainbow shield to just, stop that influx of energy that they're receiving from every single crystal.
And do you believe it is because they've got such a high vibration connection to the crystals?
I do. I think that they're getting many messages from many different crystals that are all saying, pick me, I want to work with you.
I like that. Tracy, how would you respond when people say they get overwhelmed?
My biggest thing is walk back out and ground yourself. Get yourself connected to Mother Earth, because these crystals are coming from Mother Earth. Mm-hmm. So when these crystals are coming from Mother Earth and you can connect yourself to her, she's going to give you that calming feeling where those energies from the other crystals are going to go, oh, okay, she's connected. That means we have to bring our vibration down a little bit. That's what I get when I talk to somebody about that. I've had it happen myself where I walked into Earth Gems for the very first time about 13 years ago and just about got knocked on my pants. I was not grounded. I had no idea that you were supposed to do this. So I've learned a lot in my years. I've learned a lot of stuff through the Book of Stones and that. So yeah, getting back to the people, it's just basically take a couple steps back, get yourself grounded to Mother Earth, and just really feel that connection with her. Because then when you go in, the crystal energy is aware that, okay, she's with us, sort of thing. That's what I get.
And I always say to people, to our listeners, if you want to really have a quick clearing, a very quick clearing, go into a crystal store. You got all those different crystals helping you on an unconscious level. It is amazing. One of the things that for our listeners, and I know we've mentioned that these are founding members, but you're getting that love of crystals in a healing session with them for sure. So anyone that loves to work with crystals or wants to learn more about crystals, reach out to Tracy and Jacquie as a angel empowerment healer, because you're going to get that little extra knowledge around how crystals work with angel empowerment healing. Right, Sam? How would you sum it up for our listeners?
Well, I'm just listening here and I'm thinking, that Jacquie uses her crystals, and she's a crystal therapist, and she uses them for the body layout. And then Tracy with a crystal trees, and you, Cindy, with your deck. And I'm thinking, what do I do? What do I do with crystals? Well, I'm the one that goes into the shop and gets all excited like I'm a kid in a sweet shop going, oh, I want to get that, oh, that one, oh, that was calling for the... I'm the fairy energy, I think. I just love crystals. I really do. A little bit of a warning to anybody out there who hasn't actually purchased their first crystal. You will, and it will continue. It'll be a journey. Do you remember the first crystal that you chose? Let's do just as a closer. What was the first crystal that you chose, Cindy, or chose you?
I remember Maggie in Powell River, BC, when I first started this angel work, and I went into the store and I introduced myself, and she found out what I was doing, and she put a massive, big, beautiful blue kyanite in front of me and says, hang on to that. And I went, oh, I don't even think I could, I think I lost my breath, if I remember right.
Right.
Oh, blue kyanite was the actual first crystal that I purchased. Jacquie?
Well, yeah, mine was actually a little tiny store off of Kew Gardens railway station in England, and it was a blue lapis cat, which of course I love cats. And that was the first one that I really was attracted to, and I've collected lapis since then. It's just such a beautiful stone.
Yeah. And Tracy, what about you, honey?
Well, my first piece was the heart, the lapis lazuli heart, but since then it's been mainly rose quartz. Lots of rose quartz. If I could have a whole rose quartz house full of rose quartz, I think my husband would really be upset with me, but I would be extremely happy.
Well, I can share that the first crystal I was drawn to was the lapis lazuli as well.
Wow.
And yeah, and when I found out, I then looked it up in a book and found out that it was all about the throat chakra. I realized that it was still healing that I needed to do because I had social anxiety as I was growing up. So for me to be, well, yeah, I would have been petrified to do anything like this or to get up on stage and do all the communicating that I do now. I would have been mortified, but lapis lazuli chose me and helped me on my healing journey. So yeah, I love it. I love crystals. I just love crystals.
And
so do I.
I need to do a call out for the preonite crystal. Because in our angel empowerment healing world, the preonite is truly considered one of the most powerful healing stones. And the reason it is because the first time I put it in my hand, Archangel Raphael said, that is my stone, my child. And so we promote it as a healing stone. We love it as a healing stone, and it's a paler green, but it is beautiful. So anybody that really wants to purchase yourself a healing stone, check out Prehnite. Prehnite. It's got an H in there. Right, Jackie?
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, I think we'll be booking another podcast all around crystals, because I really like to hear more about the grid. See, I keep wanting to call it a grid, Jackie, and I've said it wrong again.
The body layout.
Body layout. Thank you. And, and really get a little more into how we use the crystals a little more in depth with our clients. Right, Tracy?
Yeah. I know with, when I'm doing a session here at the house, I have crystals laid underneath. So the chakra crystals under the bed when I'm doing the hands-on healing with them, for the angel empowerment healing, sorry. And I notice, and my clients do notice, a humongous difference.
Yes.
In healing sessions.
Yes. Well, I know our time is closing up, but I'd love for you guys to also explain what you do for the long distance healing with the crystals too. So I look forward to another show with that. So thank you, Sam, once again, my co-host for the Angel Empowerment Healing Show. And what's our next podcast that we'll be dropping after this one? Oh, it'll be a surprise.
It's going to be a surprise. Do you want to pull a card?
Oh, okay. I'll do that. We
say we always do these, and sort of it's always unscripted. But
okay,
let's pull a card.
Are we pulling a card for the next show?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm using the Inspired Change relationship deck.
Whoa.
So here we go. We got the thoughts create outcomes.
Oh, okay.
And I know with one of our other fellow members, we talk about thoughts, but let's just dive in a little deeper. And because our whole program is created around thoughts and speaking to our body as we heal with Archangel Raphael. So to me, couldn't have picked a better card, but here's our affirmation to go with the card for our listeners. I create positive thoughts and manifest positive outcomes now. Thank you, everybody, once again. And thank you, Jackie and Tracy, for joining us.
What's the crystal on the cards, Cindy?
Oh, thanks, Jackie. It is blue lace agate. And I'll give the message, okay? Here's from Blue Lace Agate. I aid in bringing awareness when your thoughts are out of balance with your highest good. I help to gently shift your dialogue from negative to positive and remind you to be kind to yourself. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Angel Empowerment Healing Show. Your hosts, Cindy Smith and Sam Bell, will be back next week with more tools, advice, and angel messages to empower you to own your wellness. Visit our podcast page at www.angelempowermenthealing.com/podcast, where you will receive 3 healing meditations recorded as a thank you for being one of our listeners.